Welcome to the Battle Playbook,
dedicated to speaking our truth both in and out of medical school.
Cheers!
Alright, now let's get into it.
Alright, so today our topic is how we dealt with our Nigerian parents as a pre-med student. And if you know anything about Nigerian parents, you know that they want the best for us. And sometimes it's hard for them to show it in the best way. So our first tip is do your research. When are you going to take the MCAT? When are you going to fulfill your course requirements? When are you going to apply? What schools are you going to apply to? If you have all of these details on a Google Doc, then when your parents ask you questions, you're going to be able to answer it fluently. And they're going to know that you know what you're talking about.
In addition to doing your research, just find a good mentor. You know, a doctor, or whether that's a medical student. Just find someone who's been through the same experiences so that they can share with you their mistakes as well as, you know, what they wish they would have done better. And then also working with your school counselor too as well to really get a good schedule on what you need to achieve to get into medical school.
If your parents are anything like ours, they ask so many questions. And as soon as you don't know the answer to a question, it looks as if you're not serious. And then they try to infiltrate and take over. And that's what you don't want. You want to be able to take over your own life.
And if you decide that this pathway is not for you, that's completely okay. Just make sure that you research whatever specialty that you want to get into, and then also just find mentors in those specialties as well. So that if your parents try and question you and be like, okay, so then what do you want to do? You already have all that research information for whatever specialty that you choose that's perfect for you. So now that you've done your research, the second tip that we have for you is to stand your ground. Stand your ground based on whatever research that you've done that's led you to your conclusion on what you want to do in life.
With standing your ground, it's really important that you're honest about how you feel. I know in the African community, we don't like to talk about how we feel with our parents. If you sit them down in a very mature manner, they're gonna listen to you.
One mistake that I did do is not do my research and not stand my ground. Going into college, I just was not sure what I wanted to do. You know, my parents were always screaming, you know, medical school, medical school, medical school. But I didn't know if that's truly what aligned with my goals. I just wasn't sure. And so when applying to college, I actually applied to the management school, you know, the business side of things. But I honestly had no reason why I even applied to it. And when my parents found out, my dad was livid. Why did you apply to the business school? What about business do you like? And I literally had no answers for him because I honestly didn't even know. I just was rebelling.
You don't have a reason. They're just gonna think you're just doing it stupidly.
Yeah, you're just moving stupid. You just don't know what you want in life. You know. Then they're like, okay, now we even need to take more control over your life since you have no idea what you want to do. You know.
Exactly. So the third tip that we have for you guys is protect your peace. So what this meant for me was being direct with my parents. I took 2 gap years before I started the GEMS program. My dad did not like that. I felt like he wasn't proud of me because I'm like, why are you still tripping about these gap years? Like, I just got into medical school. Shouldn't you be happy? So I literally sat down and thought about exactly what I was gonna say when I saw him next. So when he came into my room, I actually sat him down in my bed and said, Dad, I feel like you weren't proud of me because you keep talking about the fact that I took these gap years. And I just would like if you just stop talking about it and just be happy about the fact that I got into medical school. And honestly, he hugged me and he said, you're right. That he didn't even realize that that's how he was coming off.
I feel like for me, when it comes to our parents, in order for me to protect my peace, avoiding conversations is the key to success, honestly. Like, sometimes I just don't know the answers to the constant questions that you guys are asking me. I don't know. Especially after you've given them the detail. Answering the same questions over and over again is not good for your mentality. So it's okay to end the conversation abruptly. It's okay to hang up. It's okay to say, I love you, I appreciate you, I understand your perspective, but right now I can't talk about it. You know? So the fourth tip that we have for you guys is just be patient with your parents. Be patient with them. They just want the best for you. But sometimes they don't know how to articulate what the best option is for you based on your personality. You know, so they're one-sided. It's either, again, it's lawyer, it's doctor, it's engineer. That's what they view as success, and that's the only pathway that they view that you have to take in order to succeed.
And with being patient, a lot of our African parents aren't in the medical field. A lot of them are in the business business world like our parents are. And they've seen a lot of the struggles that come with being in business. They saw medicine as a way for us to have stability.
So if medicine is not the path for you and you're honestly passionate about another specialty, it's not going to take one conversation. It's going to take multiple conversations. So you want to be patient and you just want to be understanding of their viewpoints and the fact that they just want the best for you.
And if they don't understand right now, that is okay. They are going to come around to it. They really are.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need to see the success for them to really believe it. And it could be engineering, musician, artist. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, be an advocate for your own future. Do your research, stand your ground, and be patient with your parents, and they are going to come around.
Right, because at the end of the day, you are the one going through all the struggles to get into medical school. You're studying for the MCAT, you're studying for step 1, step 2, all the shelf exams. Pick this pathway because this is generally what you want to do, and this is what you see yourself doing for the rest of your life.
So I hope you guys learned from these tips. Let us know if you have any further questions. If you want to share your experiences in the comment section, let us know. Honestly, we've been through so many things with our parents that we just have stories for days. So if y'all have some stories, let us know what they are.
Lots of love for the Battle Sisters. Cheers!